Diving in, the first thing I want to do is show you the individual minis that you can collect and utilize to your advantage and kind of give you guys a better understanding of what each unit is and what it all means, all right? So right off the bat, at the very top, this is my deck, as you would call it, that I take into battle with me currently that I have set up. You can obviously swap out all of these units, but you have 6 different units or minis that you can play or that you can have positioned in your deck, plus a leader. I currently am utilizing Tyrion. Tyrion, being a leader, does have a leader ability, and Tyrion's is going to be the Holy Light. It says it heals all nearby friendly units. Also, you can see underneath the mini the gold cost that it cost us that we have to spend inside of a match in order for us to place that mini on the field. The leader there, obviously for Tyrion, cost 4. We can see something like the Safe Pilot, obviously only costs 3 gold, and we can also see that its ability is a flexible ranged unit. Crash her into enemies or land her behind your tanks for area damage support. So basically, she is a free ranged unit. It gives you the ability to place her wherever you want her to launch her little thing. She's got a little bit of hesitation on her skill, but again, very cool and unique. Very straightforward here. You got some different spells, you got some range units, you got some melee units, some tanky units. There are tons of different troops that you can collect in the game. These are all the troops that I still have yet to discover from my beta access, but each individual leader also will have different, skills, as I mentioned earlier. So for Hogger, for instance, Hogger's movement speed and attack speed increases by 35% each time he is played on the field, again, costing 4 gold. We have somebody like Rend, for instance, which costs a total of 6 gold, which is quite a bit more than something like Tyrion at 4. So again, there's a lot of strategy when it comes to picking and choosing the right minis to place on the field. All right, so now we're going to jump into a combat scenario. I'm going to show you guys some of these single player campaign, and this specific stage is just one I just randomly chose. But right off the bat, couple things to keep in mind. Obviously, our health bar, the boss's health bar. We have to get our minis to the boss, kill the boss, and that's how we claim victory. Throughout the entire map, you can see there's a couple of different mechanics that we can either strategize and take over, take advantage of, or completely ignore. It's, according to whatever you feel is best in the moment. And we can also see that this one specifically has a couple of these Dark Spear trolls, which if you click on them, you can obviously see what they're good against or what they're weak against. And also we've got things like guard towers. So these are going to be obviously doing damage to our minis until we overtake them. We also have gold veins. We'll passively generate gold, but by farming these and strategically farming these throughout the match will give us more gold that we can then summon more minis on the field. More minis obviously will correlate in more damage being done and potentially securing us the win. So let's go ahead and click the start button, and I'll kind of show you what we got here. Starting us off, I'm going to go ahead and probably place the Drake, and I'm going to place some footmen right over here. This will allow us to take out those trolls immediately before they get to our base. And he's going to place some units here, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and place some harpies. And the harpies should be able to take out these units along with these footmen. And there we go. Perfect. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we got going on. And down here, you can see we're generating gold, right? And then obviously you can see the cost per unit. So we're going to go ahead and put Tyrion over here. And I'm also going to go ahead and take advantage of the Quill Boar being able to spawn wherever, not bound to that just front little location, to also give us a little bit of extra damage on this guard tower. Hopefully we can overtake it. But he did summon a sorcerer back here, so the sorcerer might pose a little bit of an issue. And he's got a prowler over here to the left. Hopefully the Drake will get distracted by the prowler. Will not. All right, so you're just going to avoid it then? All right, he was only 2 shot anyways, so not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and place some footmen up here at the top to take out that spear, and I'm going to go ahead and place a one of our miners back here to hopefully take over this mining node to give us more gold immediately. Now let's place some blizzard action here, do some damage, kill off those vultures, and I'm also going to place some more harpies here to destroy this guy. There we go. And we'll place Tyrion once again to hopefully take over this, since I completely ignored it. It's hard to do this and record at the same time, I can tell you that. But we're going to go ahead and place the Quill Boar on the back side of this guard tower, so then that way it'll allow us to do double the damage while the guard tower is only focusing Tyrion. That will give us here. Hopefully we overtake it. We're going to go ahead and put our footmen. And this should be good. We'll go ahead and run the Drake at the top because the ranged units do have the ability to do damage above and below. And because these guys don't do any damage to ranged units... Oh, maybe they do. Wait, they do damage to ranged units? Oh, they don't. Okay, I was going to say, wait a second. They were attacking them. All right, so you can see we overtook this guard tower, right? So this does give us the ability to spawn units further up the map. Now, this is, again, a strategy that you want to take advantage of in any given moment. I'm ready to go ahead and place our miner once again to hopefully mine out some of this gold. And you can see we've already overtaken the second guard tower. So this will give us now the ability to place units here. We're going to go ahead and place Tyrion here to help defend the guard tower. And then also we're able to place some footmen here to summon, you know, our minis closer to the boss, so we can hopefully do more damage. I'm going to do this Blizzard just to kind of give them a little bit more of aerial support, kill them off faster, get my foot soldiers to the boss a little bit sooner. We're going to place the Drake here as well, because the Drake will overlook our foot soldiers and do more aerial support. We'll place the Harpies. And in other matches, if we weren't about to get the win, we would have been able to use our miner back there to make sure we're still farming gold, you know, the entire time as we're passively generating it. Because again, it will allow you to utilize more minis on the field to do more damage. Alrighty, so now that you've got a better understanding of the gameplay and what you can expect, it's very straightforward from here when it comes to the overall progression. As you obviously earn more of these skulls from beating the bosses, then you will unlock the different zones. Each one of these zones obviously has 5 different bosses, and each one of these bosses have different skills that they use or different mechanics in the map that you could take advantage of. And sometimes it even happens to be both. It's got new mechanics and the boss has a different skill, something that you have to make sure to watch out for. Additionally, here, when it comes to the gameplay that you can expect, there is a PvP portion of the game as well. It's relatively the exact same as the PvE, except it's a lot more stressful because it is real time. So you're playing against another real live player, not a computer, another player, and you basically are battling back and forth and trying to counter each other the entire match. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is the gacha system, because yes, it is a mobile game. There is a gacha system, but it's not your standard like loot box or anything like that or gacha banner where you randomly get something. Instead, this is actually a 9-grid based system. So it's actually very unique. I haven't really seen this at all in any other mobile games besides this one. But anyways, let's break it down for you. So we've got 9 different slots, right? Some of these are empty, of course, but the ones that do have minis in here, you can obviously buy them. You can buy some of the minis for 350 like these two. You could buy one for 400. You could buy one for 50 gold with an experience piece on it. And then you can also buy this one down here for 500. Now, I'm not going to go full in detail of breaking down all of the possibilities that you can get, but just to give you a rundown, the 50 gold here that cost experience means I already own this mini. You can see he's currently level 9. I already own this mini. So by buying the same duplicate mini, it will just give you experience towards that mini. So it's really, really cheap to do that. You spend 50 gold, you get experience for that mini to level them up. Naturally, you want to level up your minis because then it increases their stats as you saw a second ago. So with that, obviously, we've got the standard cost, which is the 350. This is for minis that you do not have currently in your deck. Like, I don't have this, Black Rock Pyromancer, so if I wanted to buy them, it's going to cost me 350. Same thing goes for this Harvest Golem. 350 gold, that's the standard cost if you don't have the mini. Now, the next increase we've got is 400, and this one indicates a little crown. This means that this Blood Mage Thanos is a leader, okay? The leaders do cost more. Instead of 350, they cost 400, and additionally, we can see that they obviously come with a leader ability, so that's something that obviously you could take advantage of if you're looking for a specific leader or you're building a certain deck. You're going to want to pick up those individual leaders. Now, the last thing I want to show you here, once again, we're not going to dive too deep into this, but this is what they call a talent for the Footmen. Now, I have the Footmen already in my deck. You can see here that I already currently have them, right? But you can see underneath them, we've got 3 different talent options that we can unlock. Now, these talents cost 500 gold, as you saw there. The most expensive item currently in the shop are these talents, but these talents are very good, and they actually change the complete strategy of your entire build and can even allow you to get the win in certain situations. For this example, though, we're going to go ahead and buy the Hogger experience because I want to show you what happens when you actually buy a mini and how this actually refreshes. All right, we're going to go ahead and pick him up for 50. Once we go ahead and pick him up, it's going to do its little lightning thing. He didn't level up, so obviously we don't get to see, any stat increase on that as of yet, but then you can see that it kind of re-rolls the board. Now, these two stayed in play, but because I bought from this third lane, right, it refreshes that third lane, and because I bought from this first lane as well, it refreshes the first lane and the third lane. I know it's a little bit confusing. I'll break it down in another video in the future, but for now, just note that's what happened. That's why these two stayed, and I bought the item here. It refreshes this lane and refreshes this one. Now we have the ability to pick up a talent for the Dark Spear Troll that I already currently have. We have the ability to pick up the Fortification Footman talent if we want, and then we also have a brand new Flame Walker here for 350 because I do not already currently have this mini. And additionally, in the shop, if you scroll down, you do have the ability for the beta to spend money to buy gold directly. And now the last thing I want to show you guys for content that we have available to us in the beta is going to bring us to the dungeon system. Now, the dungeon system currently functions, in my opinion, very similar to like the Labyrinth mode or like the Endless Tower mode in other mobile games, right? You're going to load in here. You're going to go ahead and set up your entire army. Whatever minis you decide to bring in, that is up to you. And additionally, here we also have the ability to pick a relic to start us off with that we take with us through the entire Endless run. As you can see, we've got the options of 3 different relics here, each one of them providing a different buff, again, that you could take advantage of. And it doesn't matter which one you pick, just whichever one you fancy that works best with your team. We're going to go ahead and select these Greaves. And then as you can see, we just start off with the very first, level, and that's going to be Stomper Krieg. We go ahead and beat Stomper Krieg. You're going to earn yourself 25 Valor points, and then you're going to progress to the next level, and you continue going through as far as you possibly can. That's basically how it works when it comes to the individual dungeons. You will then use this Valor point to then upgrade your slots that you're currently on your deck. So if we go here to Tyrion, for instance, and we click upgrade, you can see that it costs 25 of these in order for you to place these down on the field. The reason why these are very important is because it will give you additional bonuses for that slot. So to give you an example here, if we go back, we click on this, you can see that if I place an Alliance character here in this very first slot that I have set up for Alliance, I'm going to get +1 level to that mini. Same thing goes here, +1 level to that mini. This third one here is going to be if I place a tank in this slot, I'm going to get +1 level to that tank. You can see these don't have any additional benefits because I currently don't have those unlocked down at the bottom. I need to earn more Valor in order to place these different buffs down here to once again take advantage of those additional perks that I could get by placing that respective mini in that slot. And that's essentially Warcraft Arclight Rumble. As far as my first impressions goes of the individual beta, I can tell you right now that I'm actually enjoying it. I have been having a blast. If you are a fan of the Warcraft universe and you like mobile games, then this is the perfect game for you, in my opinion. I think it offers a good variety of like a story campaign. It offers a lot of strategy. It even offers the competitiveness when it comes to PvP. Like, I still play PvP from time to time, and it still gives you that rush, still gives you that level of stress where you're like trying to make sure that you're beating the other opponent and predicting their moves. So across the board, I think they're doing a really good job with it, and I'm excited to see where the game goes in the future. But with that being said, you guys let me know what your thoughts are down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one.